Joining me now, Anderson Clayton. She is state chair of the North Carolina Democratic Party. Welcome back. It's good to see you. So, look, I don't have to tell you this race couldn't be tighter in North Carolina. That's according to the polls. Does it feel that close on the ground there?
Well, Alex, thanks for having us. And we do feel like the race is extremely close here in the state. We're not taking one single vote for granted, which is why we've been out knocking doors every single weekend for the election cycle that's coming up. If you're in North Carolina and you're questioning, how do you get access to your ballot, especially with the hurricane that we've had come through in the western part of the State Board of Elections has set up a website that you can go to, ncsbe.gov/Helene, and be able to help access polling locations across the counties that have been impacted in our state.
Give me a sense of how the cleanup from Helene has impacted the campaign efforts.
Well, we know we've seen an extremely politicized national approach to this from the Trump campaign. But what we know here on the ground in North Carolina is that Republican and Democratic elected officials have been coming together across the state to make sure that everybody is putting their heart and soul into making sure that Western North Carolina gets the relief that it needs after this devastation. Governor Cooper just signed the bill into law yesterday from the Republicans and Democrats in our state legislature that passed over $275 million to go into relief efforts for the western part of North Carolina right now.
We have, over 1 million voters or so that live in the hardest hit area by Helene, many of whom are unaffiliated with any party. Is the election the last thing on their minds right now? And how does that complicate the vote count when all is said and done?
Well, we know that people that have been impacted in a way that it's indescribable right now. I mean, folks have lost family members, and our hearts and souls are just with the people right now who voting is the last thing on their mind, right? When you think about the tragedy that struck places like Burnsville and Spruce Pine, Mitchell County alone lost its entire water supply. And the rehabilitation process for that could be up to 4 years for a water treatment plant in Mitchell County alone. And so, the devastation from that is something that we are trying to make sure that folks don't forget about something else that is their constitutional right, which is the right to vote. And so our county parties in Western North Carolina have resorted to a wellness check voter operation in the state, making sure that people are first and foremost okay, that they have what they need, but then also helping educate folks about whether or not their polling locations have changed in Western North Carolina, because the State Board of Elections has allowed the county boards in the 25 affected counties in Western North Carolina to be able to expand polling locations and sites for early voting and election day, which obviously starts October the 17th here in North Carolina for early vote.
I'm going to say that's Thursday, right? So you've talked about the logistical challenges there and what you're trying to do to amend all that. But what do you expect in terms of voter turnout with early voting?
We have full confidence in our state board and our county boards of elections that they're going to do everything they can. But, we don't know. And that's something that, you never understand with a national tragedy like this or a natural disaster like this, what the ramifications are going to be until November. And so we are just trying to make sure that everybody understands what their rights are, that they have access to the resources that they need. Folks right now can go in and request mail-in ballots in person at any Board of Elections office that's in the 25 disaffected counties right now in North Carolina. And so making sure that people know their rights going into vote this year is so important. If you've been displaced in a county that you may not be able to get back to the county that you originally lived in those 25 that have been under this state law, basically what it allows for is you to vote in the county that you reside in, and then the ability for you to actually have your ballot transferred back to the local county that you live in right now. It can be complicated, which is why we tell everybody ncsbe.gov/Helene will give you every bit of answers to your questions that you may have for particular counties in North Carolina. And the state party also has a voter protection hotline that anyone can call or text at any point in time.
But here's the bottom line. North Carolina is a swing state. It is a very important state this year. It's on East Coast time. How long do you think it's going to take to tally all the votes in that state? Do you have any sort of a time frame as when you expect the final results?
Well, we are not really sure right now what this could do to honestly votes coming in at that last minute. But we do know that every single mail-in ballot has got to be given back to the state board or the county board that you're within that election day deadline of 7:30 p.m. And so we fully expect North Carolina to be counted that evening. Some of the local races down the ballot are the ones that are going to be more affected because, as you heard me say earlier, you can vote in counties that are not the county that you lived in if you were part of the 25 that are disaffected in North Carolina right now. And so some of the closer down ballot races are ones that we're going to have to monitor closely. But we do expect this election to be called on election night in North Carolina. And we do expect Kamala Harris to be victorious in our state. She's been traveling around the entire part of it, as you just said earlier. And so we're excited to have her in Eastern North Carolina and Greenville this weekend.
19th visit to the state, indeed. Anderson Clayton, best of luck. You've got quite a task ahead of you, and I know you're up to it for the next 3 weeks. Thank you so much.